All right, welcome to Financial Minestrone with your host, Bo Bizzity B, Bo Riley Slater. So, anyways, I just wanted to get on today because I was thinking to myself, it's been pretty near 6 months since I did my first video, and it may be March 6th, 2020, and 2:30 in the morning. And you know what? Here I am just walking on this street because, they don't really want to be doing a video inside with the family sleeping and update on my family life. So I have my daughter, she'll be 3 months old on the 18th of March. She was born December 18th, 2019. And that's a little bit of, and she's healthy. And my son's healthy, and my wife's healthy, and I'm healthy, and I think we're gonna make it past this coronavirus thing. Every so often there's a scare in the media, and there's new things that happen, and it's always gonna be like this. There's always gonna be okay, that's a good topic for this video. Fear, and yeah, let's talk about fear. Perfect. I didn't know what I was gonna talk about. Now I do. So with fear. What are realistic fears? What are unrealistic fears? Now, I've done a little bit of research. They said in the United States in the last 2 weeks, 5,000 people have died from the flu, the common flu. And in the last 2 weeks, there's been I believe 6 people so far that have died from this coronavirus. And at this point, it's March 6th, and pretty much it's everywhere. It's spreading. It's running its course, and it's just one of those things where it's like, you know what? If I focus on this fear right now that the mass media is selling, then am I really living my life, or am I just a pawn per se? Am I just a sheeple, and it's hard because, I live in the society, I'm a part of it, and I don't want to bury my head in the sand, but I don't want, and not listen to the news at all. I'm shivering like a motherfucker, it's cold out here. But anyway, but what, I don't want to be paralyzed by fear. I don't want to live my life in fear. I don't want you to live your life in fear. I don't think that's fair to you. I don't think that's fair to your family, your friends, your coworkers, everyone. It's just not. It's no way to live. It's just not. I mean, I remember a neighbor I had growing up, and he was afraid of the end times. He'd always talk about the end times. And he was about 80 years old. I believe he was a Korean or World War II vet. And And I thought to myself, you know what, man? It is the end times. For you, you're like 80 years old. Dude had a freaking big old growth on the side of his freaking, whatever, full of cancer and shit. He didn't even bother, he wasn't going to get it operated on for whatever reason. And so he had this big old freaking baseball on the freaking side of his neck that turned into a freaking watermelon, or whatever, No, I didn't get that big, but you know what I'm saying? And it's just, why would I freaking... Don't live your life in fear. You gotta live. Life is for the living. And, to be worried... It's crazy, because in my lifetime, there's been and I'm sorry, I'm just, tripping right now because I'm cold. But in my lifetime, there's been, I think there's things running on Facebook right now. Memes that are... or not memes, but rather, list of all of the things that we've been through, Y2K, when it was December 31st, 1999, 2000 party over, out of time. Little Prince rocking for you there. But there was I remember my mother, I was 14 years old at the time, almost 15. My birthday's 4/11, April 11th, better believe it. Snake River 411. That's my Gmail. Hit me up. Or not, I don't know. But anyways, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Who knows? Time will tell. But I remember my mother, in the news, the media, they said, you know, like, we don't know what's going to happen when the year 2000 hits. So what you need to do is, you know, ration up, you know, fill your bathtub, you know, full of water, you know, so you've got that. And it's kind of funny, like, we did that. And where I live, I live in my hometown I was born and raised in, is we live at the confluence of two major rivers. Okay, the Snake River in the Pacific Northwest, and the Clearwater River. It's a massive drainage from central Idaho at the confluence where they meet. So, like, I'm legitimately at a spot where water is like, and the population base here is like, you know, 40, 50,000 people. I mean, if the city was the size of Los Angeles and there was 10 million people here, then, I mean, if Los Angeles had, what I'm saying is if Los Angeles had a river this size, 2 rivers, Los Angeles, they wouldn't even have to worry about water, you know, and, but it was just, you know, paying attention and buying into that fear, you know, and I don't blame my mother for it, you know, she was, you know, looking out for us, and I kind of did sort of the same thing this last week before I found out that, you know, 5,000 people in the last 2 weeks have died in the United States from the flu. I held my son out of school. I didn't have him go to school for a couple days this week until I found out that I ran across that freaking that fact, and then I was like, shit, man, I'm living in fear, and there's no way to live. I don't want to do this to my family. I don't want to do that, and so it's you know, sometimes you know, if we don't know the facts, we don't know, and we can't, you know, we can't make educated decisions if we don't have all of the information, if we don't have all of, and I think that's, you know, that's a selling point for the media. That's a selling point. The scare tactic is the fact that, you know, if people don't know the numbers, then it gets scary really quick. But you know, I have no doubts that this coronavirus will be yesterday's news by the time that this meets you, and it'll be the next thing. It'll be an asteroid. It'll be a freaking, you know, earthquake and a tsunami, you know, and these things do happen. It's just, you know, if there's a tsunami in, you know, Asia, that's directly not going to affect me. Indirectly, you know, it's not going to affect me unless I have friends or family, people that I know, or people that I know that know people, and then, you know, even if it is indirect, you know, I can support a charity to, you know, for relief efforts, and you know, be part of the solution, and you know, bring into the stream of life today instead of take out of it, you know, because I've done a lot of taking, and today I need to give, and you know, this video is definitely a video of no point A to B. It's, you know, it's me. I'm just talking. I'm freaking going from one subject to the next. Boom, boom, boom. You know, hopefully I stayed on task. But you know, this is funny. So I live in Washington State. I'm walking around the corner here, and this is the trouble with legal cannabis. Here, I'll show you in just a second. So this is see that right there? It's everywhere. This was a tube that joints come in, and people, there's a pot shop right up the street from where I live, and the big thing is people pulling their joint out of these plastic tubes and throwing them out. So, I pick one up every so often, and but at least it's not needles so often. But needless to say, I don't live in the most posh part of town, but you know, it's where I am now, and you know, that's a part of making this video and bettering myself and becoming a more, you know, adding more value. Is I want something better for my family. I don't want to live in a place where there's an abandoned shack. It's right there. You can't see it at night, but I'll show it on one of these videos. I don't want to live in this I want to live in this place. I don't want my children to be raised here. My dog was ran over here. Today's Friday, yeah. So it was it's Friday morning, 3 o'clock on Friday morning now or whatever, and my dog was ran over actually right there. You see that street between these two street lights, and man, I'm telling you, it just freaking it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. Freaking, I saw a cat in the back of the house and ran around the freaking front, full bore. And thank God that wasn't one of my children that ran into the road. Thank God it was just a dog. But that just a dog was, that was, he was my family. I loved him. His name was Grizz. He's a little yappy, barky animal, and but anyways, he was a good dog, and get in my gate. If I'm inside my gate, the police can't do shit because I've been standing out here before because I'm a night owl. And they've came and detained me just for standing outside. So, and I hear if you're behind your gate, then they can't do shit. But I don't know. It's never fun being detained in front of your house. But I don't know why I'm talking about that. That's a story for another time. But anyways, I just wanted to get on here. It's been a little too long, and I hope this video is entertaining. I hope it meets you where you are, and I hope that you. I hope that you. What do I hope for you? I hope that that sometimes it feels like nobody cares. That you're alone, and I hope that you just know that I'm somebody that cares. I give a fuck. I really do, and there's a lot of people that do care about you, and you're wanted, you're needed. I know that sometimes you can't see it, but you're loved, and so I hope this meets you where you are. God bless, and until next time.